And I am back like I never left, but I did leave though. So a quarter of the season is already gone. Can you believe that? We saw Shaq go at it with Mitchell. Can you believe that? But anywho, I do want to say thank you for checking back in, and for those tuning in for the very first time, please make sure you hit a like. You know, that usually helps me out. And do subscribe so next time you can get more content from me. I have to be real with you. It's not the best content, but it's alright. Yeah, I'm sure you're gonna like it. Alright, so let's get into it. Like I said, a quarter of the season is already gone, and we have seen a whole lot. We've seen a lot of fake narratives fly around as usual. You know, you gotta get those, you know, rumors and everything and all that. This is, you know, it's just the game, right? It's how it goes down. That's part of the game, right? That's part of the game. So you got to be smart about it. You know, you got to be smart about it. You got to stay in the know to really understand what's going on. So when you hear some of this stuff, you be like, for real? Is that it? Really? Really? That's for real? Okay, so let's get into it. Let's dive right into it. First thing I want to talk about is, what do I want to talk about? I want to talk about those fake narratives that are flying. I call them fake because I see them as fake. You know what I mean? Because they keep switching just to fit certain players and teams, to boost certain players and teams, because they don't stay consistent. They keep switching all the time. Now, I do understand change is the only thing that's consistent. So even the narratives keep changing, I guess, because those teams and players keep evolving. Can you dig it? But all right, let's get into it. All right, so, right. First, I do want to talk about the Houston Rockets before I talk about the fake narratives and all that. I want to talk about the Houston Rockets. I got to talk about the Houston Rockets. The Houston Rockets are doing so great right now. They're just killing it right now. I know you guys are not paying attention to the Houston Rockets because of James Harden. Now, one of the fake narratives, I wanted to start with James Harden, but actually, yeah, I jumped to the Houston Rockets before I got to James Harden. Follow me, all right? Maybe next time I'll talk a little slower, but just stick with me here, all right? Stick with me, stay with me, all right? So yes, the Houston Rockets are actually doing really good right now. I mean, Wall, Cousins, Woods, and Gordon, they killing it, man. They just killing it. The other day they were playing, they knocked down like 28 threes, man. Like everybody was shooting over 50%. Now this is the kind of analytics that they were looking for. This dude went to the Sixers, right? And James Harden is gone. They were looking for this. This is what they were looking for. They were hoping they could be shooting like this like forever. And finally, they're doing it with John Wall and the crew, Oladipo and them. They shot lights out. It was nice, man. I was watching the game. I was impressed. I loved it. Absolutely loved it. So props to the Houston Rockets. They won like 6 games in a row right now. I think something like that. I'm not quite sure, but yes, I think it's 6. It's looking nice right now. They're actually number 8, and Golden State Warriors number 9. It's crazy in the West. You lose one game, you drop. The Warriors were like, what, number 6 or something like that? They lost one game to the Celtics, and now they dropped all the way to the 9th. And, you know, probably tonight it's going to change again. You know, it's just absolutely crazy. Lose one game and all the way out there. That's what we've seen in the West. Actually, that's what we've seen across the association. Things are really tight. Very few teams have managed to separate themselves. Now, have they separated themselves because they're that good? Or maybe the schedule was pretty easy for some of them, so they haven't really separated themselves. It's just that they were expected to do what they actually did. All right? Like I say, you got to stay in the know. You got to understand what's really going down to really understand what's really going down. All right? You got to stay in the know. Stick with me. I'll pull you along. All right, stick with me. All right, so let's get back into it. Yes, the Utah Jazz. I'm gonna jump. I'm like all over the place. I'm excited, man. It's been a while. I haven't talked about the games in such a long time. I'm jumping all over the place, but stick with me, all right? Stick with me. I'll do a better job next time. Today I just jumped on it because I got a chance to do this thing, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go at it, and I'm just gonna rant, just throw a whole lot of verbal diarrhea. That's what I'm doing right now. It's just there's so many things I want to talk about. So the Utah Jazz are killing it right now. I would say they're the hottest team right now. I know they lost a game. They lost to the Nuggets, but They're just incredible. They playing incredible basketball. They remind me of the Golden State Warriors as they were ascending to becoming the Golden State Warriors, the dynasty. That's how they playing. They just killing it. They have like 9 players that can just ball. They might not have the best player in the league, but they got like 9 players that can just ball. Each one of them can get buckets. I am talking about a team that's just super balanced. You don't know who's going to hit you in the mouth like boom. Guess who stepped in the room? Okay, yeah, so props to the Utah Jazz. I think the Utah Jazz are the only team that is playing really great basketball. Now, some of the other teams, yes, they're winning, but not very consistent. You know, it's up and down, down and up and down, down and up. Yeah, and I know you're going to be hearing a whole lot of, I hate saying mainstream media, but I guess maybe that's the word I gotta use. Yes, propping a lot of different teams out there and all that. Now, those are some of the fake news or the fake narratives I've been talking about. All right, so let's jump into the fake narratives. Okay, so we saw Harden leave the Houston Rockets and he went to the Nets. And guess what? A lot of people are loving to hate the Nets right now. Why? Why is that the case? Why are a lot of people hating on the Nets? It's their defense. I don't think they could go real far. I don't think this. I don't think that. I don't think this. People are loving to hate the Nets because of what? I feel, okay, I'm going to be real. Like I say, this is the rant and I'm going to speak the real. I'm not going to hold anything back. So I will say what I think. And what I think is we have a lot of Laker fans and LeBron fans who feel a little threatened right now. They're definitely a threat to the Lakers because Laker fans, LeBron fans keep thinking that the Lakers are going to two-peat. They're going to repeat. They're going to get this championship again. That's what they're thinking. Now, obviously, they know that now the Brooklyn Nets are for real. They got too much firepower. Offensively, we've never seen anything like this. Defensively, we've never seen anything like this. So, guess what they're going to be talking about all the time? Defensively, they're not going to be talking about their offense. They're going to be talking about, oh, it's going to implode, it's going to explode, something like that. Will they last? Will they stay together? That will feed you so much BS just to throw you off. Because the real is the Brooklyn Nets are for real. They're a damn good team, and that's the real. And when it's time, they are going to destroy teams. I just don't see teams beating the Brooklyn Nets in a 7-game series, beating them 4 times. I just don't see it right now. Maybe something might happen. Yes, maybe. I don't know. I can't see the future. I can't predict the future. I'm not clearly psychic. No, I can't. But what I'm telling you right now, they're for real. Now, all these fake narratives, now you know there are a lot of LeBron Laker fans out there. They'll tell you anything. They'll feed you anything. They'll shove down anything down your throat just to throw you off. And maybe they're trying to psych them. But guess what? You can't psych Kyrie. Kyrie, come on, man. You seen Kyrie in the 4th quarter when the stakes are high. That man, no regards. No regards. No regards. That's all I can say. And Mr. Efficient KD, come on, man. The more you talk, the better he performs on the court. Y'all know that. Y'all know that. So come on, man. Any team that threatens the Lakers, it's a problem. Last year, the Clippers, and y'all saw what happened. Everybody going against the Clippers. Just going against the Clippers. Double teams. Did I say double teams? Oh, I'm talking about, you know, all these stars going to one team and all that just to beat LeBron. So when LeBron got a bunch of other superstars in Miami, who was he trying to beat? Dirk Nowitzki? Was that it? Because that narrative wasn't there. Come on, people, let's be real, all right? It's not about LeBron. It's not about LeBron. People way past that. People just want to get their chips. People want to do their thing. When LeBron did it, it wasn't an issue. When KD did it, went to the Golden State Warriors, it was an issue. When James Harden went to the Brooklyn Nets, it's an issue. Why is it always an issue when somebody else does it? Please stop it. Just stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Okay, Now, this pushes me to the next thing that I want to talk about. I'm hearing a whole lot about this MVP race thing. Now, the beginning of this season, I do recall ESPN coming out with 100 top, well, I don't know, some kind of list. I forgot the list, but number 1 was LeBron, number 2 was Anthony Davis. And I do recall when KD went to the Golden State Warriors, automatically people were saying that Stephen Curry and KD are eliminated because they're going to cancel one another. And what is happening right now? What is happening? How come this narrative is not working right now? How come, that narrative does not apply to LeBron James and Anthony Davis? How come it doesn't apply when you have the number 1 player according to ESPN? And I hear you guys, I watch some of your shows out there, right? The number 1 player is LeBron James, and the number 2 player is Anthony Davis, according to you guys. And they're still, in the MVP race? How is that? How is that? Somebody help me. How is that? How are you so valuable when you got like top players around you? You don't need to do much. How is that? And the deepest bench, according to a whole lot of people, ESPN, yes, I am listening to y'all, the deepest bench. So please, chill with that. Yo can take that elsewhere because I'm not buying that narrative. No siree. All right, second narrative. They keep saying that the Lakers are better this year than they were last year. The Lakers are better this year than they were last year. Not. I don't believe so. No, I don't believe so. Yo saw the Lakers play against Atlanta. Did you see that? Did you see that? Trey was killing them. Trey with Collins and Capella, he was killing them. In the third quarter, he was killing them. They are really missing those bigs. They really are. Now, Trez, he's nice, but he's a... I don't even know what word to use. I was about to say something. I'm like, you know what? Let me take it back. Let me take it back. Because, once you say something, you can never take it back. And I'm recording myself right now. I'm going to put myself out there. So let me not say anything. Trez is nice. Trez is nice. A lot of effort. But come playoff time, everybody puts in a lot of effort. And then he just becomes another average player. That's what happens. We saw that last year with the Clippers. And he came out this year saying a whole lot about the Clippers. The Clippers actually, I think they got a whole lot better this season than they were last year. I tell you that. That's the way I'm seeing it. They're better this season. Kawhi is focused. Paul George is balling. All right, but let's not talk about the Clippers. Let's get back to the Lakers. I feel like the Lakers bigs in trouble. I know Gasol, really good passer and all that, but they're not using Gasol like the way Gasol, in a way whereby Gasol will be most efficient. That's the way I'm seeing it. Gasol can pass the rock. He can do all that crazy stuff. He's nice with the rock. He can be a facilitator, but he's not going to be shot blocking, rim protecting like that. Yeah, he's a big boy and all that, but the ball is always in the perimeter. Gasol, and then Trez is going to get his, but Trez is just too small. Going against certain bigs, like imagine if Embiid is in the finals. He will kill Trez. Absolutely murder him. And then you have Davis. Yo saw what happened when they played against the Sixers. Davis, no answer. Joel will kill him. Davis wants to be a guard. Davis wants to be Stephen Curry. That's what he wants to do. But anyway, I don't want to get lost with the Lakers and all that fake narrative. They're not better than they were last year. I think last year they were a lot better. Yes. Kind of nice, in the perimeter and all that, they look nice, everything looks nice, but I think they kind of soft now. In the middle, you punch them in the middle, they kind of soft. And those little guards also can penetrate in there a lot easier now, a lot easier. Let's leave that narrative. Let's jump to the next thing. What is the next thing that I want to talk about? Man, there are a lot of things I want to talk about now. I'm forgetting what I want to talk about. Like I said, this is a rant, things just usually just come from the head and then, it's just verbal diarrhea. That's what's happening right now. I'm talking to you. I miss talking to you. And I had so much stuff to talk. Oh, how can I not talk about the Warriors? Of course I want to say something about the Warriors. The Warriors have been even Steven, They haven't won more than 2 games and they have not lost more than 2 games. They've managed to beat some pretty good teams. Well, supposedly pretty good teams. I feel like the only team that has been consistent, the Utah Jazz, and they got killed by the Utah Jazz. The Utah Jazz look like, whew, I don't know, some all-star team. They look like some 90s all-star team playing against the Golden State Warriors. They were shining, man. The Warriors had no answer whatsoever. Now that's a really good team, and that told me something about the Warriors. The Warriors, they still need a lot of improvement, but they're a very dangerous team. And as days go by, they keep getting better and better and better. And they're scary. You do not want to be in the playoffs going against the Warriors. All right, y'all. It's kind of nice being back, talking to y'all. I know this thing was just all over the place today, all over the place. But I had so much to talk about. I don't even know what I really wanted to talk about. Those are just some of the things that just popped in my head because all I did was just turn the camera on, put myself right here in front of you guys, had the mic, turned the mic on, and verbal diarrhea. And this is what y'all got. I'm gonna have something better next time. Maybe not. But make sure to come back. See ya.